On your right side now is Leizwan Boulevard, the main city street leading to the palace. On April 30th, 1975, units of the People's Army of Vietnam attacked the palace. Tank number 843, commanded by Lieutenant Phuy Quan Thun, crashed into the main gate and knocked it down. Tank number 390, commanded by Lieutenant Wu Dong Duan, was the first to enter the palace grounds. If you look to your left at the front of the palace, you can see the flagpole where Lieutenant Thun lowered the flag of the South Vietnamese government and hoisted the flag of the Southern Provisional Revolutionary Government, thus marking the end of the Vietnam War. Also on the left, you can see two tanks numbered 843 and 390. These are replicas of the first tanks to reach the palace. In front of you is a South Vietnamese F-5E fighter jet. This jet was used by pilot Nguyen Thanh Trung to bomb Independence Palace on April 8, 1975, just 3 weeks before the end of the war. If you look to your right, you will see a small octagon-shaped structure that dates back to the French colonial period. At that time, the building that stood on this site was known as Norodom Palace. You are traveling through a garden that covers 12 hectares in the center of Ho Chi Minh City. Many of the trees you see here are more than 100 years old, and the plants and flowers on the grounds have been collected from various regions across Vietnam. In 1868, French colonial officials chose this location for the new palace of the Governor-General of Cochinchina. The name of the building they constructed here was Norodom Palace. In September 1954, Prime Minister Ngo Dinh Diem took over Norodom Palace and renamed it Independence Palace. In 1962, the original palace building was bombed and severely damaged during a failed assassination attempt against Diem. The palace that you see today was built as a replacement. The new palace was designed by the Vietnamese architect Ngo Viet Thu and completed in 1966. On your right side are tennis courts, which were used prior to 1975 by the President of the Republic of Vietnam and by other high-ranking officials in the South Vietnamese government. Looking at the left wing of the palace, you can see how the architect used carved dragon heads to provide visual connections between the windows on adjacent floors. Note also the use of a bamboo-shaped facade along the second floor of the building, designed to allow light and air to pass through to the second floor hallway. There are several cafes on the grounds of Independence Palace. The cafe right in front of you is the April 30th Cafe, and it is open for breakfast, lunch, and afternoon drinks. Please join us for a meal or a refreshing beverage. On your right is the official guest house of Independence Palace. The guest house is located inside the palace grounds and features a large parking area, 45 comfortable guest rooms, a 500-seat meeting room, and dining facilities for banquets and wedding parties. Our staff is experienced and professional. Prior to 1975, this building served as the headquarters of the Special Presidential Palace Defense Battalion. According to South Vietnamese government records, the construction of the new palace cost the equivalent of about $2.3 million when it was built in the 1960s. At that time, $1 was worth about 120 South Vietnamese dong. It was by far the largest and most expensive building in Saigon at that time. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our tour of the Independence Palace grounds. We invite you now to begin your tour of the interior of the palace by entering through the front door. Thank you for visiting. We hope you enjoy your visit to Independence Palace.
Nhìn là biết.